Thank you for tuning in to Standing Tall with Shennette Sparkes. On today's episode, I'll give you some tips to help manage depression. I'll also answer some questions. A couple of people have left comments about what kind of ointment or what am I using for my face and in my hair. So I just want to show you some more tips and some things I've been doing to continue to promote healing and growth of my cells in my body. Video. Depression is one of the major things that most people with lupus deal with. Actually, 15 to 60% of people with lupus suffer some type of depression at some point. And as we know in America, that depression is leading to things like suicide. We have a lot of kids, and I'm a big advocate for just promoting things that positively impact children. Right now, we have a lot of kids that are battling suicide and contemplating death, and a lot of it stems from depression, anxiety, and stress. So I'm just here today to share some tips with you on ways to manage depression or stress so that it can limit the impact that a chronic illness like lupus may have on your body. But also, I've learned through research that a lot of patients and a lot of people who eventually lose someone to lupus or any chronic illness, it's usually when they give up hope. And that's the main thing that symbolizes depression, is giving up hope. So that's why I try to go around in First Coast Lupus Fight. We try to go around and empower people to be bold, to be beautiful, but to be who God created them to be, and ultimately have hope. Thing that's really helped me manage depression over the years of battling lupus is finding a passion, a purpose in life. And my passion is being a lupus advocate as well as coaching. So a lot of time when I'm coaching or when I'm impacting or empowering youth, it is also a way to empower me. So I want to encourage you to don't stay home, don't feel defeated, don't feel defeated, don't think that you can't do anything. You have to realize that even though you may have a chronic illness, you may be suffering some pain, that if you believe and you have faith, that God can do anything. And I just want to encourage you to get up out of your seat, get up out of your chair, even if your limbs are hurting. I know it's the summer months, so in summer months, lupus patients flare more. But this is our time to make it more intentional about the ways we take care of ourselves. And that's my second tip to help you manage your depression and any anxiety or any stress you may be feeling, is to balance your life. You get a system of routines, things that work, and find a way to stick to them. For me, I get up in the morning about between 6 and 6:30. I try to do my devotion. That time is when I'm also able to get my house ready for my 2-year-old daughter before her and my husband go out the door for the day. And so those simple routines, early in the morning, also a ritual at night I do, just getting stuff prepared like clothes for the day, getting meals prepared like lunch at night, taking food out so that the next day is not as much physical stress and movement my bodies have to do, so I'm able to rest. And what I found through that preparation has allowed me to be able to rest, also take breaks so it can strengthen my body and help me continue to move at the pace that I like to move. My third tip for help managing depression is to really get people around you to encourage you and to empower you, who truly support you and love you. It's really hard when you're dealing with a chronic illness, something like lupus, when you really feel like you have no avenues or you have no people that you can connect to. It's really hard when people feel like they have nobody to talk to. And one of the best things for me is having family members like my husband, like my mom and my brothers, but also having friends like my sorority sisters, my best friend, my right-hand man, Shanita, who I can talk to about those days when I used to feel like, or even sometimes when I feel like giving up, or I feel like the life is too much, I'm able to go to them and they're able to say, Shennette, you're not a quitter, or don't worry about that, everything will be all right. Or they're able to say, by his stripes we are healed, because they know that I live out of faith, and they know that I'm a Christian and I love serving God. So it's important to have people around you who believe in you as much as you believe in yourself. And I realize a lot of time when people are suffering with lupus, they're constantly feeling depressed and they constantly carry a heaviness. It's usually because they feel like they don't have any support. They don't really have anybody who understands them. So I want to encourage you, if you're a family member of somebody who lives with lupus or a close friend, continue to be that support for them. Continue to show them love. Continue to send them messages of hope and encouragement, because you never know. One day they can feel fine. The next morning they wake up, they could be depressed. And it really affects their body and their mood. So I encourage you to try to empower them. The last 2 tips from balancing depression are tips that really can help you in any area of your life. For one, I learned that we need to rest more. Many people who suffer with chronic illnesses, or many people who have stress and a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear and a lot of depression, they eventually stop sleeping. And we know sleep is vital. Sleep is very vital to your body being able to recover, but it's also vital to your mind's mental health and mental stability. Because if your mind constantly is going 24 hours a day, 60 minutes an hour, then your brain and your body never gets a chance to break, and you never get a chance to rest or recover and be rejuvenated. And that's one thing I found out that a lot of women and a lot of people who suffer with lupus really don't get adequate amount of sleep. And it could be for various reasons. For some people, it may be pain. For some people, it can be the medicine. Some medicines you take causes insomnia, and then the doctors give you another medicine to help deal with that. But it's all these reasons that can cause you not to sleep. I want to encourage you to find a way to get to sleep at night. Some people, it may be by using music. Some people, it's by watching a funny show. For me, it's been aromatherapy. I like lighting candles that smell like lavender, vanilla bean, and they just calm me down and calm my body down. Especially me being an athlete, I'm used to always going. So that's my way to calm my body down, so at night I can get adequate amount of sleep. My last point, and one of the major things that I don't think a lot of people know really affects our mental stability, is our diet. What you eat really has an impact on everything, your emotions and your physicalness. A lot of people just think like eating leads to obesity and cancer, but it also different things we eat, because of the chemicals in a lot of the processed foods in America, they can directly affect us in our emotions. We have a gland in our throat called the thyroid, and it's one of the biggest proponents to controlling everything in our body, our emotional stability, and about 60% of Americans have some type of issue with their thyroid, and many don't even know they suffer with them. So a lot of people who have a lot of depression is really based on what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, because we know we are what we eat. So if you constantly eating junk, you're gonna feel like junk. It makes sense, at least to me. So I want to encourage you to try to find a way to eat better. Find healthier things that you can put in your body, lighter things like fruit, strawberries. I even have tried drinking a fruit smoothie once a day, and it's totally changed even the way I'm energized and able to do life. And these little tips to help manage depression, I hope can help you and anybody who's suffering with a chronic illness to be able to move forward. Thank you for your time and your questions. The first question I answer is, what have I been putting on my face or my skin to continue to promote healing and to actually make the lesions turn back to its color? And it's basically 2 simple things. One, I've been using this cocoa butter, and I put this on in the daytime. I try to put as much to cover in the morning as I can, because it has aloe and vitamin E. And what I found is this works kind of like as a sunscreen, but it's also my way of keeping my skin hydrated. I've also started to drink at least a gallon of water a day. And the more water I drink and the more water we drink, the more we're able to flush out toxins and things our body don't need, but also oxygen and H2O help our cells regenerate and replenish. And that's really what you need to promote healing and growth in anything in your life. It's just a little water, sometimes a little heat and the pressure, and then we have beautiful flowers always. The next thing I've been using, and I showed you this last season, is aloe plant. We actually have aloe in our yard, and every night I rip a piece off and I apply the aloe to my face just like this, from the leaf open. I apply it to my face, and what it does at night, it provides a barrier. Last year I was telling you guys last season about how the lesions would bleed and stuff. So what the aloe has done is at night, it's helped me not pick at it while I'm asleep, but it also provides a protective layer to kind of cover it so my face don't peel off and my skin can continue to heal. So I just want to encourage you, you can try these techniques, these different things if you would like. Like I said before, lupus and its symptoms and its scars affects everybody's differently. So the more we can just educate each other on different treatment and different options, the more of us will be healed and the more we can continue to live. I thank you for tuning in today. Feel free to follow me on Instagram _Shennette Sparkes, and check out my new blog at www.ShennetteSparkes.blog. And remember, your you matters. Have a blessed day.